Yeah, I think for me, it's not losing an edge. I've gone into every spring training needing to compete for a job and needing to be ready to go. And so I think for me, it's just business as usual. Maybe my roster spot for opening day is a little bit more secure than it has been in years past, but at the end of the day, it takes a lot to have success in this league, and it's not a passive process for me. So just trusting my process, doing what I do, controlling what I can control, and then when the stuff happens on the field, that's just a byproduct of everything I do to prep. Yeah, I think I was just a lot better at moving fastballs forward, and so I think what comes with that is ending at bats when they need to be ended in this league. If you if you miss pitches that are in the middle of the zone, it gets harder and harder as the count gets deeper. So I think just moving the fastball forward, it started there, and then from there it was getting pitchers back in the strike zone. Yeah, I've always loved information. I think blending both is the sweet spot for me. But having all the information, for preparation purposes, just to get as much as you can out of training, planning for pitchers, and then obviously on our pitching side, planning for other teams' hitters. I think that's all good stuff. And then we got coaches who communicate extremely well. So not that you just hear the information, but you understand it and digest it. And then when we get out on the field, we just go play.